Why and how did I start the Exceptional Managers Training Program? So for some years, I have been thinking, now the Exceptional Managers class is actually let's call it a passion project. I have been thinking about ways to teach employees, managers in particular, on things that they need to do or they need to know to prevent them from having my experiences. I've always thought about how do I teach managers, or what do I teach managers that will help them perform excellently or exceptionally as I did as a manager. And I've always thought about this for some years. I had ideas here and there, but I didn't know how to come up with that framework to help me execute it. So that was the year I started the program. I think it was the first week of January or so. One of my clients, in fact, I think she was my first coaching client. She called me and like, coach, I would like to do a training for my managers. I don't know, what can you train them on? Then I asked her, what are your goals, or what do you want to achieve from my training? Because this is an organization that I'm very familiar with. I carry out their trainings, their staff appraisals, and but she wanted this training specifically for her managers. Then I asked her, I said, what are your goals? What do you want to achieve from the training? She said, okay, she was going to get back to me. 24 hours, less than 48 hours after I had that discussion, another of my clients who is in America sent a message to me. She was like, coach, do you know anybody that trains managers? I'm like, hey, you want to take my food and go and give somebody else? I was like, this cannot be a coincidence. I said, Father, this is you speaking. It cannot be a coincidence. So I told her, I said, okay, list down every possible thing that you would like your manager to learn. Now, when they gave me that information, that is, she gave me the information, my other coaching client gave me the information. You see why I said that the idea to grow your business most times is sitting in the head of your customer. As a business owner, never think or imagine that you have all the answers, because your products or your services are not created for you. They are created for your consumers, for your customers. The people who can give you the best ideas to improve your product or your services are the users of your products and your services. So they all listed out the things that they wanted their managers to know. The digital person listed that. I brought it up together, and that was how I sat down. So what they gave me became a platform for me to think back on my own experiences, and then I came up with a framework in less than 30 minutes. What I couldn't achieve in 2 years between two of my clients, I was able to draw up that framework in less than 30 minutes. I sent it to them. They said, "Dan, we're okay." I did a flyer immediately, put up the program, and within the next less than 6 weeks, I started that program. And most of the people who registered their managers for that first program that I did were all my clients. I just said I'm launching a coaching for a manager's class. It was one hand. All my clients put their managers in that program. And that's how that program has snowballed over the years. And it's a very practical program. That's why I don't take a lot of people, because I look at the assignments one by one. I don't use AI to try to look at people's assignments. No, because this is me pouring into them. My Exceptional Managers class is like a passion project, like a passion learning. It's beyond the regular training. I literally empty myself. Like every time I have a coaching call with my managers, I kid you, I'm literally drained, because I pour all of myself into that training. Because of my experiences, I want them to do better. I want them to be exceptional managers, and I do not want them to make the mistakes or to experience anything close to what I experienced. That is how I pour into them. So in as much as we have the lessons and everything, trust me, the lessons are just one part. What they get to learn is way more than the lesson that I have even documented. Every single week we're learning one different topic or the next. Sometimes what this batch learns in the coaching course is not what the previous batch learns. And every learning experience is usually very different. I hope this makes sense. Have a lovely day and God bless you.